Hi, welcome to How to RPG. My name is Fred Weller and today I want to talk about monsters, monster lore, using monsters in your game, and guess what? Making freaky monsters. That is the topic for today. So if that is what you signed up for, that's what you were expecting, that's what you get. So making freaky monsters for your role-playing games or your Dungeons and Dragons or your Pathfinder, whatever it is. How can you do that? Now, I had this discussion recently with AJ Pickett, and this is what we kind of determined. I had already kind of developed this a little bit, but this is a very simple process that you can use. So if you struggle with creating or making a freaky, homebrew, strange monster, this is a technique you could use. One of the easiest ways is to generate the physical form for your homebrew monster and assemble it from a large table of 100 different real-world animals. Like, use real-world animals, just a big list. That's 100 items. You can generate something like this yourself. You will need 4 different percentile tables to do this that you're going to roll on. You would roll randomly using percentile dice. And the list of creatures needs to be from specific environmental regions. And you're going to break it up into the following. The regions should be broken up into 1, sky, things that fly, marine, things that swim, land-based, and lastly, subterranean, things under the ground. By doing this, the monster created should still have biological anatomy that makes sense for whatever world you're creating. Now, the easiest way to do this is to, starting off with your flying or your sky monsters, is roll 4 times on a 100 percentile table, and you're looking for making sure this list consists of 100 flying animals to generate your monster. So roll for the head first, then the body, then the legs, because most creatures that fly have legs rather than arms, and then wings. The wings are the upper appendage, and therefore it's nice and simple because usually if you have arms on a flying creature, they are wings. Okay, so they could have a combination of hands and wings combined if you wanted to. So that's a flying creature. Now with a marine water monster, you're going to roll 3 times on a table of 100 marine animals to generate your monster, and you're going to roll for the head first, the body, and limbs. Now limbs, usually this is fins, tail, and tentacles. Now I haven't broken it up into those different things because not all marine creatures have fins, a tail, and tentacles, but they can have those sorts of things there. That's why I've said simply limbs. So you can get whatever you roll up. You could wind up with tentacles, you could wind up with a fin, you might have a tail, you might not have a tail. Next is land-based monsters, the one you're going to use probably the most. You're going to roll 4 times on a table of 100 land animals to generate a bipedal monster. This is a monster that stands on 2 legs. And you're going to roll first for the head, then the body, the legs, and the arms, because bipedal creatures usually have arms. Next, if you're doing a land-based creature, you're going to roll 3 times on a 100 table or percentile table of land animals, and that's to generate a quadruped. This quadruped monster is going to have to be standing on 4 legs rather than 2 legs. And you're going to roll for the head, the body, and legs. Now, subterranean, as you may have guessed, it's pretty limited, but it's underground monsters. You're going to roll 3 times on a table of 100 subterranean animals or creatures that live under the ground or spend most of their time there to generate your monster. So you roll for the head, the body, and the limbs. That's it. When it comes to creatures, that's usually how each one of those animals are broken up, and so you're going to do the same thing with your monsters. You might have to make a few adjustments, but the basis of your monster and your anatomy should be correct if you use that method. I want to thank AJ Pickett for his advice on making monsters and building them, because I had a discussion with him not so long ago about how to do something like this, and his advice was this is the method you want to do. Break it up into different environments. A 100 percentile table is probably the one you want to go for. You get the maximum amount of variation in the creation of your monster or creature, and so I'm advising you on that. And guess what? I'm going to build something like this. If you don't build it, I will build it. If I build it, they will come, right? Or maybe they won't. I don't know. I want to thank my patrons who support me so I can keep doing this every single week. I want to thank you for watching. And hey, till next time, keep rolling those 20s.